On this day, January 16th, 2026, a mystery unfolds, a moment appointed not by chance but by purpose. There are days that pass like shadows, and there are days that arrive like a trumpet blast in the soul. Today is the latter. For a miracle has come, a door has opened, quietly, secretly, almost unnoticed by the world. And yet, it was meant for you. There are things heaven releases that are not to be shouted in the streets or broadcast to the crowds. Some miracles appear not in thunder but in a whisper. And the word placed on my heart for you is this: the miracle is here. Open it and tell no one. For what is hidden is often what is most sacred. What is entrusted in silence becomes the seed of destiny. And what God births in the quiet, He strengthens in the unseen. Today you stand at the edge of such a moment, where the ordinary ends and the miraculous begins. On this appointed day, January 16th, 2026, a whisper has crossed the threshold of time. Not a whisper carried by the wind, not a whisper born from the voice of man, but one that echoes from the chambers of eternity. There are moments in history that announce themselves loudly, with clamoring, with uproar, with the shaking of nations. Yet there are also moments that arrive softly, veiled, concealed, almost invisible to the unwatchful eye. And today is such a moment. For a miracle has come, a miracle fashioned in the hidden realm, arriving not with noise but with purpose, not with spectacle but with assignment. It stands before you, not as a spectacle to be displayed, but as a trust to be opened and guarded. A miracle is not always a flash of light or a break in the natural order. Sometimes a miracle is a doorway, sometimes it is a seed, sometimes it is a scroll written with words only your spirit can read. And sometimes it is a calling that must be met in silence, because silence is where heaven does its deepest work. We live in a world obsessed with proclamation, where every thought is broadcast, every impulse shared, every revelation paraded before the crowd. But the things of heaven do not bend to the habits of the world. What is holy is not meant for display. What is sacred is not meant for applause. What is entrusted is not meant for the marketplace. And so the miracle appointed to you on this day does not come with a command to shout. Instead, it comes with an instruction that seems almost contrary to human nature. Open it and tell no one. Why? Because some miracles lose their power when exposed too quickly. Some callings are weakened by premature declaration. Some gifts must grow in silence, shielded from the noise that seeks to distort them. The miracle given to you today carries a weight, a mantle, a responsibility that cannot be carried in the open. Not yet. It is like the first light before dawn, gentle, fragile, pure. If exposed too soon, it can be overshadowed by the chaos of the day. But if guarded, if protected, if held close, it becomes the rising sun. Uncontainable, unstoppable, there is a pattern found in the stories of the ancient paths. When something great was entrusted to the chosen ones, it was often given in secrecy. The voice that called in the night spoke to only one. The vision granted on the mountain was first hidden in the heart of the receiver. The covenant given in the wilderness was carved before it was revealed. Nothing of eternal value was made public before it was rooted in the hidden place. In the same way, the miracle appointed to you now is not meant for display. It is meant for discernment. It is not meant to be handled casually. It is meant to be opened reverently. It is not meant to be spoken lightly. It is meant to be guarded fiercely. The instruction to tell no one is not a restriction. It is a protection. It is a shield set around what has been entrusted. Because the moment you speak a miracle, you expose it to the atmosphere of the world, and the world does not know how to handle what is holy. It questions, it doubts, it mocks, it tears down, it speaks against. It plants seeds of confusion, seeds that do not belong in the soil of your miracle. And so the word given to you is this: keep it hidden until the time appointed. There will be a day for speaking. There will be a moment for revealing. But that moment is not now. For now, the miracle is like a flame that must be sheltered from the winds until it becomes a fire that no wind can extinguish. This miracle may not appear the way you expected it. Miracles rarely match the image formed by human imagination. Many expect thunder when heaven speaks in whispers. Many expect a sudden breakthrough when heaven instead delivers a key. Many expect an instant change when heaven gives a process that leads to transformation. The miracle before you may be small to the eye, but its significance is not measured by its size. A seed is small, yet within it lies a forest. A single breath can light a flame, yet the flame can light a generation. A single moment in time can redirect the course of your entire life. What you receive today may appear simple, quiet, unassuming, but do not mistake its quietness for weakness. Do not mistake its subtlety for insignificance. Heaven does its greatest works in the stillness. You may sense something stirring even if you cannot yet name it. A shift within, a clarity rising, a peace that does not match your situation, a direction you did not ask for yet feel drawn toward, or perhaps a burden lifting, a weight released, a door opening where there was only a wall before. These inner movements are not accidents. They are signals. They are signs. They are the first tremors of the miracle unfolding. Trust them. Lean into them. Do not dismiss them as coincidence, for when the eternal intersects with time, it rarely announces itself with trumpets. Instead, it reveals itself in stillness, and only those who listen can perceive it. January 16th, 2026 was not randomly chosen. It is not merely a date on a cow. Endar. There are dates that carry assignment, dates that bear alignment, dates when the natural and the divine converge. Today is such a date. Something has been released, something has been ordained, something has been set in motion. But its unfolding depends not on the world around you. It depends on how you respond to what is given. You can open this miracle with skepticism, or you can open it with reverence. You can treat it as trivial, or you can treat it as sacred. You can expose it prematurely, or you can protect it until it is strong. The way you open it determines the measure of what it becomes. To open this miracle is to step into agreement with what heaven has appointed. It means allowing your heart to expand, to receive what you may not fully understand. It means allowing your mind to release the boundaries it once clung to. It means allowing your steps to align with a path you did not design. It means allowing your voice to be silent when silence is required. It means allowing your spirit to rise even when circumstances remain unchanged. To open this miracle is to open yourself. To open this miracle is to make room for something greater than your plans, greater than your expectations, greater than your limitations. And to tell no one is not to hide in fear, but to walk in wisdom. Wisdom understands timing. Wisdom understands seasons. Wisdom understands that not every revelation is meant for immediate demonstration. Wisdom knows that some treasures must be held in heart until their time comes. There are words spoken in silence that become thunder when the season is right. There are seeds planted in darkness that become gardens when their hour arrives. What you hold now must remain between you and the one who gave it. Not because others are unworthy of knowing, but because the miracle is not yet ready to be known by others. It is not yet formed. It is not yet full. It is still becoming. And if you guard it, it will become what it was meant to be. You may wonder why this moment was entrusted to you, why this miracle came to your hands, why this assignment rests upon your shoulders. Do not think that it was accidental. Do not think that it was random. You were chosen for this moment because something within you is ready, perhaps more ready than you yet realize. You have walked through seasons that shaped you, losses that refined you, storms that strengthened you. You have walked through darkness that trained your eyes to perceive the faintest glimmer of light. You have walked through silence that taught you to hear what others cannot hear. Every step you have taken has prepared you for this moment. You stand in a place you could not have reached without the path behind you. And now you are entrusted with something that reflects not your past, but your future. The miracle that arrives today is not only something you receive, it is something you will become. It is not only something given to your hands, it is something meant to transform your life. It may begin quietly, but it will not end quietly. It may begin in the hidden place, but it will not remain in the hidden place. It may begin with silence, but it will grow into a voice. This miracle is a beginning, a spark, a foundation upon which new things will rise. Yet for now, its strength will be found in secrecy. Not secrecy rooted in fear, but secrecy rooted in purpose. For there is power in the hidden place. There is protection in the hidden place. There is sanctification in the hidden place. And what grows in hiddenness grows deeper than what grows in the open. There may be moments in the days ahead when you feel the urge to speak of what you've received. Moments when excitement rises, when clarity surges, when the inner revelation becomes too great to contain. But remember the instruction given on this day. Remember the sacredness of the trust placed in your hands. Remember that the seed is not yet ready to be planted in the hearing of others. Silence is not absence. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is not inactivity. Silence is the soil where the greatest works of heaven germinate, and what grows in this soil will be strong enough to withstand whatever comes against it in the days ahead. You are standing at a threshold, and thresholds are sacred. They mark the place between what has been and what will be. They mark the shift from one season to another, from one identity to another, from one level of destiny to another. And at this threshold, the miracle awaits. It does not shout. It does not demand. It simply presents itself, waiting for you to open it, waiting for you to step into agreement with the purpose woven into its design, waiting for you to guard it as it grows, waiting for you to become the vessel it will inhabit. Open it with reverence, open it with expectancy, open it with humility, open it with faith, open it without announcing it to the world. A miracle entrusted in silence becomes an unstoppable force when its time comes, and the miracle placed before you on this day, January 16th, 2026, is now waiting for you to open it and tell no one. What is concealed in heaven is strengthened in the hidden place, and this truth has echoed through the ages like a sound only the attentive can hear. That which is born in the open can be shaken by the world, but that which is formed in the secret place becomes immovable. The hidden realm is not the realm of absence, it is the realm of formation. It is the realm where the unseen shapes the seen, where roots grow before branches appear, where foundations are laid long before the structure rises. And so the miracle entrusted to you must not be revealed too soon, because what is concealed is not diminished. In heaven, the concealed is strengthened. There is a reason the most powerful forces in creation begin in the dark. Seeds begin beneath the soil, unseen, unheard, unnoticed, but it is there, in that darkness, that the seed cracks open, gathers strength, draws life, and becomes what it was destined to be. If you were to dig it up too soon, if you were to expose it prematurely, it would die before it ever lived. The hidden place is not a prison, it is a womb. It is where purpose is nourished. It is where identity is shaped. It is where destiny is formed. The greatest things in your life will not be shaped in the spotlight. They will be shaped in the shadows. You may look at the hiddenness of your miracle and question its value. You may ask why something so important must begin in obscurity. But obscurity is heaven's workshop. It is where the divine craftsman forms the vessel before the vessel ever steps into its mission. Hiddenness is not neglect. Hiddenness is intentional. Hiddenness is strategic. What is concealed is not ignored. It is being refined away from the interference of the world. The miracle you carry cannot yet withstand the voices that would try to redefine it, distort it, or weaken it. And so heaven has hidden it, not to silence you, but to strengthen what has been entrusted to you. Consider the way a mountain is formed. You see its peak, but you do not see the layers of rock pressed together over countless years beneath the surface. You see its height, but not the pressure that forged it. You see its grandeur, but not the unseen force that shaped its foundation. Likewise, the miracle beginning in your life is undergoing deep formation in places no one else can see. It is being pressed. It is being strengthened. It is being aligned. It is being anchored. And the world will only see the peak once heaven has completed the work beneath the surface. There are forces in your life that have pushed you into solitude, not to isolate you, but to protect you. You may have walked through seasons when doors remained closed, not because you were unworthy, but because what was forming in you was not ready for the exposure beyond those doors. You may have wondered why circumstances kept you in the background while others were pushed to the front. But the front is not always a blessing. Sometimes it is a battlefield meant only for those whose foundations have been made unshakable. If you were placed in the open before your roots were deep, the winds of the world would have uprooted you. So heaven hid you, heaven shielded you, heaven concealed you. There are gifts within you that have not yet been revealed, not because they are small, but because they are great. Greatness must be refined before it is revealed. If you saw the fullness of the miracle now, you might hold it with trembling hands. If others saw the fullness now, they might attempt to shrink it into something comprehensible to them. But the hidden place has no such limitations. The hidden place allows the miracle to grow according to its true design, not according to the opinions or expectations of others. The hidden place is where the miracle gains the strength to withstand the journey ahead. You may feel the tension of being on the edge of something new, yet unable to articulate it. This tension is a sign of hidden work. When heaven conceals a miracle, those who carry it feel the pull of the unseen. They feel both the weight and the wonder. They sense movement even when nothing moves externally. They feel a stirring within, like a quiet awakening in the deepest parts of the soul. Do not dismiss this stirring. It is evidence that the unseen realm is shaping something real within you. It is evidence that something is growing in the soil of your spirit. In the hidden place, heaven speaks differently. The noise of the world is dimmed there. Voices that once influenced you lose their power. The opinions of others no longer define your direction. In that silence, what is eternal becomes clearer. You begin to hear guidance not from the outside but from within. You begin to hear whispers that align with your purpose. You begin to discern movements that others cannot detect. This is not imagination. It is preparation. The miracle is drawing you into deeper alignment with what you were created to be. When something is concealed by heaven, it is surrounded by protection. That protection may feel like limitation, but it is actually preservation. Many have lost their miracles because they exposed them too soon. They shared too early. They opened their plans to voices that did not understand them. They allowed others to speak fear into what was meant to be nurtured in faith. They let criticism shape what heaven was shaping. They allowed doubt to corrupt what heaven was cultivating. But what belongs to you in this season is guarded by divine timing. You will not lose what heaven has concealed. You will not misplace what heaven has sealed. This miracle is not fragile. It is fortified in the hidden place. The hidden place is where trust is forged. If you only believed in what you could see, your faith would be shallow. But when heaven conceals something and you trust it anyway, your faith deepens. When you sense the miracle, even though you cannot yet describe it, your spirit strengthens. When you feel the direction, even though you cannot yet define the path, your alignment sharpens. Trust built in the hidden place cannot be shaken by circumstances. It becomes a foundation for the journey ahead. And this miracle requires such a foundation. It requires a trust that does not depend on evidence but on certainty. A trust that does not depend on clarity but on conviction. A trust that grows deeper beneath the surface. Everything in your past has been training you for this hidden work. The silent battles, the quiet victories, the unnoticed growth, the unseen perseverance, they were not wasted. They were not insignificant. They were forming the inner structure necessary to carry what is now being placed within you. Hidden battles create visible strength. The world may not have witnessed what you overcame. People may not know what you endured. They may not understand how many times you kept going when quitting seemed easier. But heaven saw. Heaven counted every tear and every triumph, and heaven has determined that you are ready to carry something that must be formed in the hidden place. There will be moments when the hidden place feels too quiet, too slow, too obscure. You may long for the moment when the miracle becomes visible, but silence is not delay. Stillness is not inactivity. Hiddenness is not stagnation. The unseen is not empty. In the unseen, heaven works with precision. Heaven builds in layers. Heaven strengthens what must endure. Heaven aligns what must stand. Heaven prepares what must prevail. What you carry is not being delayed, it is being fortified. Do not rush the miracle by seeking visibility. Visibility will come, but visibility is a test. Exposure is a test. Influence is a test. And only what has been strengthened in the hidden place can withstand the pressure that comes with revelation. What is forming in your life will require the strength of someone who has been trained not by applause, but by silence. Someone who has learned to hear without noise. Someone who has learned to stand without validation. Someone who has learned to trust without explanation. Someone who has learned to walk without seeing the whole path. This miracle is preparing you to become such a person. The hidden place is where distractions fall away. It is where purity returns. It is where authenticity is restored. It is where you remember who you are without the voices that tried to shape you. In the hidden place, the masks fall. The expectations dissolve. The noise quiets. And what remains is the truth. The pure, unfiltered truth of who you were created to be. You may not have realized, but heaven has been removing layers from your life, not to leave you exposed, but to reveal the core that can carry this miracle. The hidden place has been stripping away what does not belong so that what does belong can emerge stronger. There are whispers you will hear only in the hidden place. Whispers of direction, whispers of identity, whispers of destiny. These whispers were not meant for the ears of others. They are meant only for you. And because they are meant only for you, they must be heard in silence. You will receive clarity not through explanation, but through revelation. You will understand not through logic, but through insight. You will recognize the path not because it is obvious, but because it resonates with the miracle forming within you. The hidden place makes you sensitive to the subtle movements of heaven, movements others may overlook. Some doors in your life have remained closed because the miracle is not yet ready for the places those doors lead to. Some opportunities have passed you by because they would have demanded what your spirit was not yet equipped to give. Some relationships have ended because they could not accompany the version of you that is emerging in the hidden place. Heaven does not take anything from you without giving something greater. The hidden place is making room for that greater thing. It is removing what would interfere with the miracle and preparing the space where the miracle will grow. You may feel unseen, but you are not forgotten. Hidden is not forgotten. Concealed is not abandoned. You are not in the shadows. You are in the sanctuary of preparation. What is forming in your life is too sacred to be shaped in the open, too significant to be influenced by outside hands, too delicate in its early stages to be exposed to the noise of the world. And so, heaven has placed you in this hidden place not to diminish you, but to elevate you, not to delay you, but to prepare you, not to silence you, but to strengthen the voice you will one day release. The day will come when what has been concealed will be revealed. But when that day comes, it will not be a fragile thing stepping into the light. It will be a strengthened thing, a mature thing, a fully formed miracle capable of standing against whatever winds blow against it. It will be a miracle that carries the weight of heaven, a miracle that radiates purpose, a miracle that no voice can silence, no opinion can diminish, no circumstance can overturn. But for now, its strength is being forged in the hidden place, and that hidden place is sacred because everything heaven conceals is strengthened before it is revealed. Destiny is released to those who guard the mystery, and this truth is woven through the fabric of creation itself. The greatest assignments are never handed to those who treat the sacred as common. The highest callings do not rest upon the shoulders of those who speak before they discern. Destiny seeks the heart that knows how to hold what heaven has entrusted, not with loose hands, but with reverent ones. For there is a pattern in the workings of eternity. What is revealed too soon is weakened. What is spoken too early is scattered, but what is guarded becomes unstoppable. The miracle given in silence becomes destiny released in power. There are mysteries written into your life that no one else is meant to understand. There are whispers placed in your spirit that no ear but yours is meant to hear. There are visions entrusted to your heart that cannot be spoken yet because the soil where they will flourish has not been prepared. And so heaven requires something from you that many are unwilling to give. Guarding the mystery, guarding the miracle, guarding the assignment. Destiny does not unfold in the careless soul. It unfolds in the one who has learned to keep what is sacred hidden until the appointed time. This world values exposure, but heaven values secrecy. This world celebrates the visible, but heaven strengthens the invisible. This world teaches you to announce what you have not yet become, but heaven trains you to become what you will one day announce. Those who walk with destiny must learn the discipline of concealment. They must learn to close their lips even when excitement surges within them. They must learn to protect the revelation even when others demand an explanation. They must learn to carry the mystery like a treasure that only eternity can unlock. For destiny does not come to those who waste their words. It comes to those who know how to guard their words. To guard the mystery is to protect what heaven has planted inside you from the voices that would uproot it. Not every voice is meant to hear your calling. Not every ear is meant to receive your revelation. Not every person can see what heaven has shown you, nor can every person carry the weight of what you now carry. If you speak the wrong word to the wrong person at the wrong time, they may speak doubt over what heaven is trying to strengthen. They may speak fear into what heaven is trying to embolden. They may speak confusion into what heaven has made clear. And so the command remains, guard the mystery. What you guard in silence will flourish. What you expose prematurely will falter. Destiny requires discipline. It requires discernment. It requires knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. The greatest breakthroughs in history were birthed by those who could hear the whispers of heaven and keep them hidden until their time. There are moments when the Spirit deposits something in you so delicate, so foundational, so transformative, that if you speak it before it matures, you will diminish it without meaning to. You may feel the urge to share, not because you are careless, but because the revelation fills you with wonder. Yet wonder must sometimes be contained, for destiny grows best in those who can sit silently with their miracle without needing others to validate it. There is a sacredness to the mystery you carry now. It is not random. It was chosen. It was assigned. It was given specifically to you because something within you resonates with the purpose attached to it. You may not fully understand it yet. You may not be able to articulate its shape or its depth, but your spirit recognizes it. Your spirit knows its language. Your spirit knows its weight. Heaven never gives a mystery without also giving the internal resonance that testifies to its authenticity. You know it is yours not because you can explain it, but because you can feel it. And what you feel now is the birth of destiny. Destiny does not announce itself with clarity. It announces itself with stirring, with longing, with restlessness, with a sense that something is drawing you forward, something is awakening, something is aligning, something is calling to you from beyond the boundaries of your present life. This pull is not confusion, it is invitation. It is the signal that the mystery you have guarded is preparing to emerge, but it cannot emerge if you expose it too soon. What you release must first be rooted. What you announce must first be anchored. Wit at you speak must first be strengthened by silence. There are battles you will not have to fight because you guarded the mystery. There are voices you will not have to confront because you never gave them access to what heaven entrusted. There are doubts you will never have to silence because they were never invited to speak over your destiny. This is why guarding the mystery is not a suggestion. It is a strategy. It is a shield. It is a weapon. It is a form of alignment that ensures your destiny grows in purity rather than in the shadows of others' opinions. When you protect the miracle heaven placed within you, heaven protects the miracle as it unfolds through you. Guarding the mystery means allowing heaven to work in ways you cannot yet see. Destiny is not only what happens to you, it is what becomes of you. And becoming takes place in the hidden chambers of the heart. You are not merely being guided into a new season. You are being transformed into the kind of person who can carry the weight of that season. There is a version of you emerging that could not have emerged through explanation, only through revelation. You are being shaped in silence so that you may one day stand in places that require a strength you do not yet have. The mystery you guard is forming the strength you will need. You may feel as though nothing is happening. You may feel as though the miracle remains quiet, tucked away, unchanged. But the hidden work of heaven is subtle until it is sudden. Destiny G rose gradually until it manifests instantly. The seed takes time to break through the soil, but when it does, it appears as though it arrived overnight. The hidden place is slow, but the unveiling is swift. This is why you guard the mystery, because once its time comes, it will not be stopped. The moment heaven opens the door, no man can close it, but you must guard the miracle until heaven opens that door. Guarding the mystery means you are willing to hold the weight of revelation without the need for recognition. Destiny requires anonymity before it reveals significance. If you cannot walk with purpose unseen, you will not stand in purpose once revealed. The hidden season teaches integrity, it teaches endurance, it teaches humility, it teaches resilience, it teaches you to rely on what heaven says rather than what people see. These lessons are not distractions from destiny, they are foundations for destiny. The miracle must be guarded so the person carrying it can be strengthened. There will come moments when others question your silence. They may ask why you are withdrawing, why you are listening more than speaking, why you are shifting, why you are becoming more selective with your words and your time. They will not understand that something sacred is unfolding within you, that something ancient is awakening, that something heaven-breathed is forming. They will not understand because the mystery was not given to them. It was given to you, and because it was given to you you will understand the necessity of silence, the weight of secrecy, the importance of concealment. Do not break the seal for the sake of explanation. Those who are meant to understand will understand when the time comes. Destiny is not fragile, but it is vulnerable in its early stages, and so you must treat it with reverence. Guard it from those who speak without discernment. Guard it from those who question what they do not carry. Guard it from those who react out of fear rather than faith. Guard it from the voices that would shrink the vastness of your calling into something small enough for their comfort. The miracle entrusted to you